baby a fiend, she just wanna take drugs. Say what you mean, I'm not in a fake love. Not what it seems, I'm getting my weight up. Rushing and screaming, I'm about to take off. Hopped off the scene, this shit was a layup. Resting my jeans, I'm getting my cake up. My bitch European, she don't want no nigga. Jump out the bean, she on the way up. I'm on the
Yeah, you ain't even built like that. Nigga, getting in your feelings, your milk ain't even spilt like that. Nigga, you just in denial cause you don't have the truth like that. Another closed door cause you don't push through like that. Do it for the views like that. Man, I don't even move like that. Lying to yourself, trying to be somebody else. Probably need some help, you don't live your truth like that. Blame it on the cards you was dealt. Play some hands, took some L's. Well, you ain't reading cues right, Jack. Queens drinking nice at the clubs. Hard diamonds, jokers wasn't the cut. You had it in your deck. It's just what you make of it. I just had to say something. When the tide turned, I stay wavy in the wake of it. Better every day, you ain't even gotta wait for it. If you love what you do, you don't need a break from it. True, gotta make moves. Collecting reality checks, gotta pay your dues. Getting the life that you choose, you don't even understand that. You know why? Cause you ain't even built like that. Nigga, getting in your feelings, your milk ain't even spilt like that. Nigga, you just in denial cause you don't have the truth like that. Another closed door cause you don't push through like that. Do it for the views like that. Man, I don't even move like that.
Running from your pain, I swear you never change. That's my 2 cents, nigga, I'ma let you keep the change. Fake imitation, you are synthetic. Heart on my sleeve is part of my aesthetics. Designer hype beast, I'm the Loch Ness. Legendary style, you are not this. Nigga, I am locked in, nigga. Won't get boxed in, clocking in. Need his Benjamins like his oxygen. I ain't never got nothing to do. I stay in the mood to make money moves. The top got beautiful views, I strive for it. Disobeying gravity rules, I'm one of the few that won't fall for it. Your antics and tactics, I'm ignoring it. It's unfortunate, you'll never bounce back, you're flat on your back. You know why? You ain't even built like that.
Welcome back, everybody. The High Hooper Pod, and I'm your host, the High Hooper. You can't guard me. I'm gonna look at you every time from now on, Mike, because like it's just by default. I got a nigga. Cause like Ralph over here, hey, listen, Ralph, you over here laughing and shit too, like that shoe don't fit you. Nigga. What size you wear? 12?
It don't fit me. Hey,
now look, I'm not.
You know I'm locks. I'm locks. That's where I started from, bro. Come on, you know that.
Listen, I said from season 1, from episode 1 to episode 1, I looked at my dad and said, nigga, and it's on the other end, it don't matter either. I can't guard, you can't score me. But I said all this season 1 with all my boys, Lambros, everybody, nigga, I don't care what can happen on the other end, except for you, Mike. You ain't scoring on me, dog. But Ralph, I don't care what's happening on the other end. I don't care. All I'm saying right now is that the shoe fits for you, bucko. Alright? But I do want to introduce our guest today, my man Ralph, a gentleman that is like my big brother. And honestly, I've known him since I want to say 6th grade, maybe 7th grade. And at this point, that's over half my life, right?
Man, it's been a while since E-Man days,
right?
With the Bulldogs. Since we
was on the little Bulldogs and you was on the big Bulldogs, that's a long time, right?
Football?
Basketball. I know he's built like a big old football player, and y'all just saw the video. That's why Mike probably said that. The nigga outfit like he been doing on his Bo Jackson.
Hey yo, this nigga. Why this nigga always clowns me about that nigga looking like me and shit? Bro,
hey, the big old dancing nigga on Twitter.
Oh my god, let me see that nigga. Hey, he could move for how big he is.
He definitely could move. That's what niggas say about you on the basketball court. But I do want to say that is the gentleman that was just in that video, Built Like That by TRZ and G Show. And this is the show right here. Not
Show.
MLB, nigga. The real show right here.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Hey,
fam.
the motherfucking show.
You feel me? So, I do want to talk about my first encounter with Ralph. Him and his brother, big old African buff motherfuckers, and that's been like that for my whole life since I remember meeting them. So when I was in 7th grade, 6th grade, and first met Ralph and E-Man, I was 4 or 5, and these motherfuckers was pushing 6 foot already, but like as buff as my pops and shit. Oh, what the fuck was good? E-Man was a little lankier, you feel me? But he was buff as shit too, so I don't know what they was feeding y'all, but...
Where's your family
It's that pounded yam. It's the pounded yam, bro. They know what. I don't know if you know what that is, though. It's the African famous dish, you know. I mean, it turned you into Black Panther, for sure.
You said the pounded yam?
Yeah, it turned you into Black Panther.
I know your mom's jollof rice is that shit.
That shit too, of course. There's
Your
a lot
mom's
of rice.
jollof rice, bro, I swear to God, every time I used to go to your house, bro, I would eat all of it.
That shit was fire.
Jollof rice is it.
Yeah, jollof rice is it. Hey, Mike asked where you from. Where's your people's from? Let the people know.
I'm Nigerian, and my tribe is Igbo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Igbo tribe. Yep.
Yes, sir. So, Ralph was always on my older travel teams. So he's basically seen my whole progression. So the journey episode, I think it was episode 8 or whatever. This is one of the dudes that has seen that shit from the beginning. So he's seen it. He could testify to that shit. He's seen it from day one. So I do want us to talk about real quick since last episode. Let me tell y'all, I did not know how hard it is to edit a fucking video. we're just talking about a regular podcast video, bro. There's not much. The camera's not changing. We're right here. That shit was difficult, right? So I mentioned last episode I had a playoff game the very next day.
Yeah, how'd you do?
Lost. Actually, I take that back. We won that game. The very next game, we lost. This is the Hingham League, so they do an A League and a B League, but in March or whatever, like around this time, it's called March Madness in the playoffs. They put all the teams from both leagues together in one big bracket. We lost to a B League team.
Damn. But I thought you was injured though. I thought you was hurt.
It was my first or second game back from injury. I will say that I was not myself. It's like riding a bike, but tough. I could not apply pressure. I was out of shape.
Yeah.
What you about to say? I know you about to talk shit.
I'm his biggest critic. I don't care. You on the court, you gotta perform.
That's true. That's true too.
I'm not arguing that from Mike.
No excuses.
I'm not arguing.
But I also feel like, you know, I know Ant knows this though. There's a different style you can play now. You know what I mean? You can play a different pace. Maybe you coming off screens, you shooting. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just a pull-up game. You know what I mean? So that's what I love. That's what I love about basketball. You know, you know what? Ant can testify for this. I was always injured. I was injury prone.
I was injury prone that too, because that's actually on my notes. I have that.
Yeah,
on my notes.
I was injury prone a lot. But what helped me was like I learned how to play different styles because of that. Just like Mike said, you're on the court, you better perform. You know what I mean? So I had to learn okay, fuck, I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm always for sure. I'm always going to play defense. You know what I mean? But
that's a fact.
What am I going to give
you? Do.
What am I going to give you on offense though? You know what I mean? So that's if I'm limited somehow, I'm gonna figure out a way to give you something. And then I also worked on that on my game. You know what I mean? I love the mid range. You know what I mean? The mid range pull up game. That was my thing. That was my shit. So that
nigga's right.
Lost in today's game.
Hey, so look. So with that being said, right, with the whole injury thing and me having to play different, it's really hard for me right now. I think Mike, you would agree with me when I say something that it's my staple is that I just apply pressure all game. I'm downhill to the paint all game. Yeah. I'm making you have to make decisions all game on what's going to happen because I'm just applying pressure. I cannot excuse me, I cannot do that right now. It's just really hard. So it's really hard only because I'm not in shape. Sitting on your ass for 2 months at this age is really hard. But I also lost my favorite league that I'm in, ACVB. Lost in the semifinals.
Yeah, there.
No, that was last Sunday, a week ago, right? It's been 2 weeks now since we last potted, and I do apologize for that, but it was Juneteenth and Father's Day last weekend. We were possibly going to pod with Ralph. Ralph was ready, but with, family in town and everything, we couldn't do it.
I was outside.
Mike was outside. Mike was outside acting like an island boy like he is, you feel me? I'm an island boy.
Chill out.
But, so yeah, we lost that game, and right after, rightfully so, last year when I won the championship against the team that we played, I posted some, stories on IG of the boys in my arms, because they was my sons, right? It was on Father's Day last year, whatever. They was my sons. I was holding them. I was acting a nut. So sure enough, I'm scrolling through the leagues. I'm scrolling through stories, and on the leagues page, their story, I see a screenshot of me as the baby, and 2 players from the same team that we beat last year in the championship.
Damn.
But it was now flipped, and it was only the semifinals, but they beat me, and they were both holding my hand. It was a funny picture, and I applaud it. It was funny. You know what my only gripe is? When I posted it last year, I averaged something like 29 points, 7 assists, and like 5 rebounds in the fucking finals against these motherfuckers, right? The dude who posted that shit this year didn't even step on the court. The dude who made it didn't even step on the court in the semifinals, and that's my gripe.
What the fuck? Why
The
they
two
making them
dudes I was holding hands, the big man and the small dude, they were working. The guy, one of them that I'm holding in the
He
picture,
just made it though.
he made it, but I made it last year, and I'm the one that posted it. I'm the one that cooked. I'm the one
He
that
posted it though?
He's the one that made it and posted
Okay,
it.
that's unfortunate.
It was on his story, and he
If you
didn't
posted it,
step
it's
on the
unfortunate.
floor.
If you made it, I can't be mad at him if you made
If
it.
he made it and one of the dudes that did it, or they did it as a team posted it, or whatever,
That's
cool.
that's
I'm not mad he made it, nigga.
Right.
You could have paid someone to make it and
Right.
got it like great. But bench warmers talking like they starters, nigga. What is that? You didn't even play. And if they put you in, I would have called you for an ISO. All on
Right.
camera, and you would have got subbed out right away for looking stupid. So that's my only gripe. But good shit to them. They lost in the championship today to the other team. I'm just glad they didn't win for that bullshit. But I am fresh off a game right now. I just had a game about an hour and a half ago, and
Oh, okay.
got another loss. So with that being said, since I've come back from from injury, I'm like 1-6.
Whew.
I'm 5-0 at the Mount though. What's up? I'm going for my 4,000 point at the Mount this summer.
We
Oh,
out there.
nice.
We out there tomorrow.
We out there at the Mount tomorrow on the outside court in Quincy. Nigga. I'm going for my 4,000 point at the Mount tomorrow.
That's fire.
But also since last time, the Nuggets are the champs. Ralph, what you think of that?
Man, I actually respect them, man. I became a Jokic fan. You know what I mean? I couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't believe I slept on the team and him. You know, now seeing them in a big stage like this, and how they played and how he played. You know, people say Tim Duncan's game was boring. You know what I mean? It's kind of similar to Jokic's game in a way, but
I
don't think Jokic.
I get what you mean.
I don't think Jokic is boring though. You know what I mean?
I don't think he's boring, and I don't think Tim Duncan was boring either. That nigga used to face up, hit jab steps, and hit off the backboard.
Yeah,
The passing for me is what makes it exciting for me.
His passing is unreal for a big
It's
man.
crazy.
For a player in general, it's unreal. Not just the big man.
It's always unreal. When you see somebody with passion, that's exciting. You know
That's
what I mean?
a
That's
fact.
motivational.
And they have a
Motivational,
great team,
man.
dude. Jamal Murray, Bubble Murray.
Give
He's not
Jamal
Bubble
Murray his
He
flowers.
is not Bubble Murray. He's
Oh,
not
yeah.
playoff Murray.
Give
He's just
him
Jamal Murray.
his flowers.
Yeah, he's regular Jamal Murray. You
He's
can't
just
give him
Jamal
none of
Murray.
that.
He is one of the top guards in this league, and I'm really upset that we slept on him for.
Yeah,
Injuries will
exactly.
do that though. Injuries will do that. Injuries
That's a
will
fact.
have you forgetting who
That's a
someone
fact.
is, because when they come back, they have to get their rhythm back and everything. We just talked about it. We're still going to talk about it later. It just is what it is. But they did win the championship. Like, shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
One of their players, Bruce Brown, he's a Boston boy. He be out here in the hood with everybody. Like, so shout out them, man. Also, since the last time a lot of trades has happened, Jesus Christ.
What's going on in the NBA?
The NBA
right
is
now?
wild right now. We got Bradley Beal to the Suns.
Another big three that KD got.
Another big three for KD. We got Chris Paul to the Warriors. That's just ironic and laughable.
Yeah, that's so strange.
Hey, what's up, Ralph? You trying to fly out to Washington and try out for the Washington Wizards?
That's what I'm saying, man. We might as well. Like,
Nigga,
right?
the Wizards suck, nigga.
Who they got now? They picked up Tyus Jones, right, in that trade?
Bro, yo,
And
Ralph,
they got pulled. They got pulled too.
Oh, okay.
nigga, you, me, E-Man, Q, we bring it back old school, nigga, and we not losing, fam.
Is Tyus Jones cooking you?
Oh my god.
Is Tyus Jones cooking me? Absolutely. And I might not. No, I'm scoring on him. Give me 10 tries, I'm scoring on him. Only because I can't.
No, Tyus
Honestly-
Jones is solid.
Honestly, honestly, I think you could score on
I think
Tyus
you can
Jones.
score on Tyus.
I do too. Give me 10 tries and I might even get 3 of them, strictly because now at this moment, at this moment of my life, I have played in these tournaments and shit against NBA guys, and I've scored on them. And I'm just saying, like, I know it's like, I'm not going to go out there and cook and score 30, but like, I can hit a tough shot on them.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I'm not talking about the other end. Once again, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, Tyus Jones will fuck you up though. He fuck you up.
I don't care about the
That
other
nigga,
end.
offensively, that nigga will fuck you up. He fucked me up probably too.
Listen,
like,
I walked in.
for real.
Look, Peyton Pritchard was somewhere in Seaport one time about a year ago, bro. I was outside with Jerry, bro. We had a table. This nigga, Peyton Pritchard, walked through our shit, bro, and I just walked up behind him and I said to him, I was like, "You can't fucking guard me." And he just looked over his shoulder. He looked over his shoulder and he just laughed like. Nigga, what are you gonna do? Let's go play right now, bro. I'm drunk as fuck. You drunk as fuck. What's up? But yeah, man, the NBA is wilding out, and before we dive into getting to know our host real quick, I do want to give a special shout out to one of our sponsors right now, man, LA County Real Estate. And that is
fire. That's what's up.
Yes, sir. And you know who that is. That's Mr. Dave Franklin. David J. Franklin, if you want to be all professional about it.
Shout him out.
Yeah,
Shout him out,
dope.
my cousin.
Shout him
Ralph
out,
knows
man.
Dave. I think it's safe to say
my
Ralph
fellow.
Dave is probably the bounciest nigga we've ever seen personally.
Man, I'm surprised he continued his career, man.
Right.
It was nice.
Yeah, and we do have an episode with Dave where we do talk about, his journey and everything, so I do hope y'all check that episode out. Unfortunately, there's no video. It's from the first season, and the first season was just strictly audio. But go ahead and check that shit out. Once again, shout out LA County Real Estate if y'all are looking for any real estate out in Southern California, specifically, that Los Angeles County and Long Beach and shit. Hit him up. The number is 323-687-9461. I'm a little faded. 323-687-9461.
Big plug.
Big plug. He'll get you right. So Ralph, what's your favorite food, bro? I know you talked about that African shit earlier, but what's your favorite food?
Man, that's a loaded question when it comes to food, bro. Come on, lads. There's so many cultural
You on an island,
things that I
bro, and you
love.
got one meal for the rest of your life. It's all you got for the rest of your life.
That's so
You
tough.
can do a variation though, cause like if I say sushi, bro, I got so much options for sushi. You feel me?
Oh man, I would say, I guess if it's not Nigerian food, I would say Mexican food, man.
Mexican food,
can't-
yeah. But
food, man.
Nigerian food is just gonna get you. That's your shit. That's your bread and butter.
That's my shit. I grew up with that.
Bro, it's so good. I used to love going to their house and
Yeah, I mean,
all up in their kitchen.
But I'm saying, if it's like, you know what I mean? Obviously, it's gonna be Nigerian food, but if it's not, I'll go with Mexican food, man.
Yes.
You know, I'm in LA all the time.
Hey, yeah,
like,
because, bro, let me tell you,
food.
out here in Boston, that shit sucks not having no Mexican food.
Bruh, you have, bruh.
Look at Gemma being annoying. Not even on camera, she's just wanting fucking attention.
That's a fact.
Knock the shit down. So yeah, the Nigerian food slaps, but if not Nigerian food, Mexican. I think that would maybe be my second choice if I didn't pick sushi. Because Mexican
Sushi
food
fire
is that
too.
shit, bro.
Japanese in general.
Yeah, Japanese in general is that shit.
But for me, it would probably be Vietnamese food.
Vietnamese, some pho, huh? Yeah, some
like
good
pho.
food.
I fuck with pho. I started fucking with pho the last couple of years. That's
Yeah.
fire.
Hey, yeah, I've been watching on your story. I've been seeing you eat some. You've been getting exotic a little bit, huh? That's your shorty doing that to you, huh?
You already know.
Yeah, she
You
getting that
already
nigga
know.
out his comfort zone. This is a good question for you because you are a rapper yourself. Who's your favorite artist?
Who's my favorite artist? I would say Kendrick Lamar.
K. Dot. Yeah.
K. Dot. I would say Kendrick Lamar
Solid.
is my favorite artist just because he's almost unguardable, if you want to say that. In
Yeah.
terms of, he could do everything.
If
know
you
what I mean?
if you put him in a versus, like who's standing with him? There's not many. Just a
There's
few.
only like 2 or 3.
Drake.
Yeah.
Drake can stand with him, obviously.
Jay-Z.
Drake.
Oh well, I'm not talking about the young, but
Oh, the young.
I'm talking about only his generation.
J. Cole.
J. Cole.
J. Cole's nice.
Yeah, but I think
I mean-
K. Dot gets him out of here if it's to 20. If it's to 20.
I don't know. That's tough. Both
It
of
is
them
tough, but
both of them are
I
tough.
think the more songs you get, the more K. Dot has.
My thing is, I feel like
advantage.
out of everybody, he respects J. Cole the most.
He does. No, that's a fact. Though. That's
Lyrically.
different. But that's different. Yeah, yeah.
Lyrically, he respects J. Cole the most.
I'll tell you who's standing with him. Well, obviously Drake, but I'll tell you who's standing with him. Future.
Who? Future got hits.
That's the problem.
Oh, if we talk about hits, yeah.
We're just talking about standing with him in the
okay.
verses.
We're just doing verses. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
he's standing with him and he might win. It's
Future might get
Future's getting a lot of people out of there. And like as much as you hate it, it's like, bro, he's like even if you're like he's only like a 6 lyrically, but like he's getting a lot of people out of there.
His slaps.
But you know I love K. Dot. Bro, where do you rank his that last project in his discography? Where do you rank that?
His last one. What was his last one again? Oh,
Big
yeah,
Steppers.
yeah, Big Steppers. Man, that was. Woo,
I put that right
was a
after
lot.
Good Kid.
That was a lot. I like. To me, you know, I do like Good Kid, Mad City, and then I like the one when he's posing with his family in the White House.
Is that the
that
Butterflies
one.
one?
Yeah.
I don't like To
Butterflies
Pimp a
one.
Butterfly at all.
It's different. It's different.
It's different. You know, it was for the culture, it was for the time. I can understand a lot of people sonically don't like it,
It was
because of the
political, and I like the message, but it has no playback for me.
There's I guess you could say there's little playback in terms of like a hit record.
Yeah.
And I think he did it on purpose because, you know, and
What was going on at the time?
In that record, he was contemplating suicide, and he felt like a terrible person because he was on tour while his sister was getting like raped and all this other stuff, and people in his hometown getting killed.
Yeah.
So he felt like a bad person. So that was he was like, fuck that.
He was
I'm not
vulnerable.
gonna put. Yeah, he's gonna be vulnerable. He felt like he was to blame. He wasn't there for a lot of people. You know what I mean? So it was a very strong message and very strong album. I like that one second. Damn is great too.
Damn is good. Damn is my third. Damn is my third.
Damn is that shit won a Pulitzer. You know what I mean? That's that's what.
That's just
you
weird.
win.
That's just
You
weird.
win a Pulitzer, bro. Like
Off
that's
a rap album.
crazy. A rap album. You know what I mean? So that's different. You know?
It's weird. That's all I can say. It's weird to happen.
For
It's
me,
weird to see.
Yeah.
It goes section
And then-
80.
Section 80
Section
is my
82
fourth.
is
Section
crazy.
80. Rigor mortis.
Actually, you
that,
know
that
what?
Song,
Section 80 is actually my third, and Damn is 4. And then, bro, Pimp a Butterfly is last for me. It's last
Yeah,
for
I
me.
mean, I
You
can't.
want to talk about the
I-
message is first, but it's last for me.
I can't even put any of those albums in order. They're so
It's
different.
hard, right?
Like I love them, and that's why I like them as an artist. You're like, oh, okay, you're doing different stuff.
When
I
it's
think
hard
Damn
to order them.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it's funny because I thought Damn was one of his like more commercial albums too, which
It
is
was,
funny.
it was.
But it was he had the joint with
DNA.
what's her face? Yeah, you know what I mean. He just had he had a lot of industry people on that joint, and like I was like, yeah, this one is a little more commercial, but that one got other than his first album,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but
Good Kid, Mad City. That shit's just untouchable.
that one, yeah, that was
That
untouchable.
as far as like that goes up there in the rafters with all the other albums. You know what I mean?
Classic. It's a classic.
Yeah, I ran that back through the other day. I had a long drive and I just ran it through.
Nice day like today, windows down.
Yeah, bro, I was cruising, burning it. You know what I'm saying? So, what's your favorite album of all time, Ralph?
Yeah, that's a good question too, man. There's a whole lot of albums. My favorite album of all time. I would say the Kanye West album. See, I'm faded too and drunk. I'm memory so bad, I can't remember fucking names right now. I can't remember my own last name.
If I could dap you up right now, bro, I definitely would.
Well, what songs on it? What songs on it? I could probably give it to you. Pause.
The All of the Lights, the part 2, and Power. What's that shit? My Dark Twisted Fantasy. Fuck, I couldn't remember.
MPG,
My Dark
MD, my Dark MDT.
You got it. Come on. You got it.
Dark Twisted Fantasy.
You got it.
Yeah.
MDTF, is that what it is?
Yep. MDTF. Yep. My Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Twisted and Beautiful Fantasy.
That's literally my favorite album.
That's a good.
That's a
good album.
That's the shit I'm talking about when we talk about Kanye, bro, and then we talk about his last album. I did not like that last album at all.
It's different for me. I like the old Kanye.
I like the old Kanye, bro.
Old Kanye.
Yeah.
Bro, old Kanye, like, I know, like, you want to be different with the times, and they always talk about artists switching, bro, but, like, it's Why do we love Wayne so much? You and me. Ralph, do you still like Wayne when he drops the part back?
Bro, I think Wayne has aged very well as an artist, which because he had, like, to me personally, he had a spell that I did not like what he was doing, because
was it when he was not with when Birdman and him were beefing, right? Is that it?
Around that time,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's for everybody.
He was distracted.
I also thought he was probably leaning too much.
Yeah.
He also had that health scare. He was in the hospital for a while.
He had that health. That's why you have to, like, when he. I think right now he's taking care of his health, and he sounds better in music.
He looks good too.
I'm like, yo,
you see
he looks
picture?
better.
That man is on a lyrical rampage.
He is killing. Everything he's getting on is killing.
He's killing right now.
Everything he's getting on, he's killing, bro.
I'm so happy.
Me too. And Wayne is my favorite. And I do want to ask, during that time, when Free Weezy album dropped, did you listen to that before it got taken off everything?
Oh, off that Piff and all that shit?
Free Weezy album, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I downloaded that. That was summer of what, 15? I want to say? Yeah. Summer of 15, that was around that time, where he dropped Sorry for the Wait 2 or 3, whatever it was, and it wasn't great. It had a few alright songs on it where he did gas it, but it wasn't great, It wasn't a classic. It wasn't a classic
up to his level.
But there were still a few ones where it was like, alright, he gassed this. But it wasn't that. Free Weezy album, though, was supposed to be the original Carter 6. And that's why it got taken off everything, because he said, fuck it, if you're not going to let me drop this as Carter 6, I'm just going to drop it as Free Weezy album. And that shit had London Roads on it, and Post Bail Ballin' and all that shit. Yeah. That shit was fire, but it got taken off and didn't get put back on out there again until 2021 or whatever. Yeah. But that would have saved, as you were saying, you're not the only one that felt like that. As an avid Wayne fan who's like oftentimes doesn't think Wayne can do no wrong, even during that time I was like, this isn't Wayne, the best Wayne we could get right now. But the Free Weezy album was that. So it had me in this weird feeling. You know what I mean? It had me in this, I don't know what that last mixtape was, but Free Weezy album was going crazy. But since we're on the topic of Wayne, what's your favorite mixtape? Not Wayne's, just in general. He's the mixtape king, so it's a high chance it's one of his. But
Definitely the No Ceilings, bro. Like, bro.
I remember.
They
I
think
remember the
that's your
day-
favorite No Ceilings.
I remember
bro.
the day that came out. I was in college, 2009.
That was 9.
2009.
I think I was in North Carolina, dog. I was in North Carolina with Dave, Ralph.
Yeah.
Yo, No Ceilings was crazy.
When I heard it,
That was Run This Town, right?
That was a whole. There was a bunch of them in
Go
that.
thumpers. We thumpers like crumpers.
I just remember me, Q. You remember Snacks? Remember Snacks?
Bro, I was just talking Utah, my nigga Utah. That nigga
My nigga
Mike.
Utah.
Hey,
We
this
used to-
nigga Mike
we
had
used
the
to-
most purest jumper ever, bro. Little Asian nigga, stocky. His shit was, bro. He put it here. Look, Ralph. You know, he put it here, bro,
Took the elbow.
and it was just, bro. It was so straight and just like a mechanical, like, bro.
Yeah. You know what I mean? He had all the nice trainers get him right. So
Facts, he
was-
did. That, you know, that nigga's daddy was cashing out. And you know what?
Mhm.
I think I saw on the story that his dad passed away, and I do want to
His
say,
dad
right,
did, man.
rest in peace to
rest in
my
peace.
nigga,
Rest in
Mr.
peace,
Utuck. Mr. Utuck.
Man, his dad was cool. His
Bro,
dad was cool, man.
I've known Mr. Utuck since I was in 3rd grade or 4th grade,
Yeah,
something
man.
like that. So, my condolences, and his mother. I did see that too. And
Yeah,
Utah, bro, you my boy. You already know that. You my brother for life, dog. Basketball does that to
Yeah.
people, but yeah, nigga, you
Yeah, we used to-
mentioned him.
we-
That's
we-
funny.
We used to No Ceiling. Like, man, I just remember when that shit dropped. Me, Q, and him. We fucking buy like so much tree and then just go in the whip. In my whip and just
Man,
listen
you
to that
unlocking a
shit,
memory
bro.
too. You talk about your whip unlocking a memory. The Durango, the green Durango, or was it a Cherokee?
Yeah. That was a Cherokee.
It was a Cherokee.
It was a Cherokee, yeah.
Yo, I
That
used to
shit
love
was
getting
funny.
shotgun at that bitch. At least I got to play my music, nigga. Everybody, shotgun.
Oh,
Yo,
man.
we always made shotgun and play the music.
Bro, we used to fight for shotgun.
Oh,
Y'all motherfuckers
God.
used to fight. Niggas, everybody used to almost get in fist fights because I called shotgun first. Motherfuckers pulling each other out the shotgun.
Hey, nigga, cause like, bruh, look, I used to especially hate having to sit in the back, bro, because I was the smallest, and if I didn't get shotgun,
Middle seat.
I got middle seat automatically. Hey, I remember when I came home from prep school though, and that went to Q. Q had to start getting the middle if he didn't have shotgun. I was hyped. I was like, I'm no longer the middle seat, nigga.
That shit is funny.
Ralph, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie. People gonna be shocked though, but I like the first Batman Begins one, not the one before the
The
Dark.
one
Knight,
before, where we learn who he is.
where we learn who he
With
is.
Sandman,
like, 'cause
right?
The Sandman. No.
The
the
nigga,
one,
what was his name? The nigga that gave you the...
Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul, excuse me.
Ra's al
That
Ghul.
drugged you, right?
Yeah.
drugged
You
you.
talking about the
one.
Scarecrow?
Scarecrow, that's
Scarecrow,
what it is.
the Scarecrow.
Yeah, Scarecrow.
That's my favorite movie because I always loved Batman. I love the concept of Batman. You know what I mean? Like, he don't have no superpowers and shit like that. You know what I mean? He had to fight for his shit. I know he was rich and all that, but like they went in deep story. They went deep into like how he became the Batman. You know, like he really got trained by the League of Legends or the League of I think Assassins or some shit like that. League of Assassins, my bad. He got trained by the League of Assassins, and like it's just a different side of the storytelling. You know, he could have been a villain. He could have been just an assassin. You know, but instead he went back to his city and then protected it. You know, he had a lot of money. He could have just been a rich boy, just chilling. But he went and was like, you know what, fuck it. You know, I'm gonna use because you know, there's a lot of people in this world that are gifted, and then they use their gifts for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I
It
mean?
talks
So,
about
like,
a deeper meaning.
it's a deeper meaning. You know what I mean? He was blessed twice. You know what I mean? He was blessed with money, and then he was blessed to learn crazy techniques by the League of Assassins. He could have been a killer and just been making hits, killing people for hella bread or whatever. You know what I mean? And then he could have just been a rich boy just chilling, living his life. But nah, he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna use these skills and I'm gonna protect the city, protect my loved ones, and protect the future. You know what I mean? Just the storytelling of that. You know, I'm a writer, so I like the writing aspect of that. Since then, that's just been like my favorite movie. Since then, yeah, I'll say that. There's a lot though.
That's a good movie. That's a good movie.
That's another loaded question. There's so much. There's so many genres. There's so many, bro.
But that's a good choice. And I just realized you drippy as fuck too right now. While you was talking, you picked up your arm and shit. And I saw what that shirt's talking about. That shit is drippy, nigga.
I'm at my girl's house. This is the only shit I had from last night.
Yeah, because you be stepping out, nigga. You looking good, boy. What are you talking about? What's your favorite weed strain?
Man, I stay with the classics. The classic, you know, the Blue Dream. Because it's a hybrid. It's a little. I love the hybrid aspect of it, you know. So I would say Blue Dreams. Right now, that's always gonna be my favorite strain, man.
Flavor profile crazy.
On Blue Dream?
Yeah.
Whenever I get Blue Dream, I always do enjoy the high and everything. It's great. It's a great bud, honestly. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Who's your favorite all-time player?
Ah, man, come on, bro. You know it's Kobe, bro. Come on, you already know.
It's too easy, right?
That was too easy.
It's too easy. I know. It's hard to ask anybody.
That was a reaction. That was one of them reaction moves. Like you did something, and then I just give you a little crossover. You know what I mean? Like, come on, that's too quick.
It's just too easy. I know. Mike, who's your favorite all-time player? Take it out. Take it out of your mouth, nigga.
Chill out.
We
LeBron.
know. Yeah, we talked about it last episode. We could have answered that without. I didn't even ask you that last episode.
Leave my man alone. Leave me alone.
I know.
I'm getting more respect for LeBron now that he's a Laker in a way. You know what I mean? There's some stuff that I still don't like about him.
There's things I don't like. I'm objective though. I'm not. It's not like I'm just dick riding the nigga.
Yeah, nah. This nigga Bishop keeps.
I keep it real.
And Bishop is a Celtics fan, and like he's a Celtics fan that I could just like talk to about the Celtics because he's not like a.
I keep it objective with everything I look at. I have to. I hate the people that just be riding out for their team or for their player just because. I don't need no more Skip Baylesses.
That's a fact.
Oh yeah, Skip Bayless is a hater though. He's a hater.
He is a hater though.
But this nigga be riding for KD and Kawhi acting like they can do no wrong.
No, he be hating on Braun too much.
He be hating on Braun too much. Yeah, like that's too much.
What
he be doing on Braun is too much.
Ralph, who's your favorite sports teams?
My favorite sports teams. Obviously I like the Lakers because of LA, you know.
Yeah.
But I like teams that play it the right way. I think I enjoy how the Warriors have showed the NBA how to play basketball. I enjoy how the Spurs have showed the NBA how to play basketball the right way. And then now looking at Denver, you know what I mean? Like those three teams have shown you the blueprint of how to play ball, how to play as a team. You know what I mean? I just love basketball that's played the right way. Don't get me wrong. I still like the sauciness and everything. You can still do it within a frame of the game played well. You know what I mean? Like Steph Curry. I love Steph's game. You know what I mean? They have a system that works well, but he can still be free. You know what I mean? He can still be free. You see him drop. You see him kill three players. I mean, a triple team. You still see him kill a triple team or take a half court shot. You know what I mean? So it's not like they're restricted.
I really think that CP3 trade, if they can get him healthy and put Steph Curry off the ball, bro.
Well, think about it. Their turnovers are going down now.
That is going to be scary.
Their turnovers are about to go way down.
Even if it's for a 10-minute stint. That's going to be scary to have him off the ball like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, the thing is that if Chris Paul is just healthy, that's the thing. You know what I mean? Stay healthy.
They do need.
Stay healthy.
Looney be getting it done though, bro.
But if they get like a Dwight Howard though, like a serviceable dude, just rebound and block shots, you good.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been doing good with the small ball game for a while. You know what I mean? That was their signature. That was their signature when they won the championship. When it came down to the last 2 minutes, they would just run small ball. They would take Looney out. Draymond Green would run the fives. Like, fuck it. You know, they would have Iguodala, Curry, Clay, you know what I mean? And then Draymond. Look like, fuck it, we're going to run this. Because people don't respect Draymond as much, but he's one of the best defenders of all time.
For
you
sure.
know what I mean? Because he could
sure.
play.
He could guard 1 through 5.
He could guard 1 through 5, you know what I mean? And then he could coordinate. He could not only guard, but he's like, he's coordinating the defense. You know what I mean? He's coordinating the defense, and then sometimes he's the anchor on offense if he needs to make those passes. You know what I mean?
Facts.
The ball runs through him.
He's a point guard pretty much for that team. That's a fact.
Yeah,
So we got.
So it's so good.
For basketball, we got Lakers, but you are a fan of the other teams that play the right way, like the Warriors and stuff.
The Warriors, I like a football team. My football team, like I ain't been watching football like that since the whole Kaepernick shit. But I still follow here and there. I've always been a Steelers fan. You know what I mean? Like almost
fan?
Yeah, almost like everybody in LA. They just love Steelers. You know what I mean? I've always been a Steelers fan.
Yeah, LA is weird because it's either Raider fans, Pittsburgh fans, or Cowboy fans.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, no one gives a fuck about the Rams, nigga.
Like, the Rams won it, and people were happy, like, oh, shit, they represented L.A., but there's no true Rams fans.
There's no true Rams fans in L.A.
It was just bandwagon.
The Patriots twice.
No, there's no true Rams fans in.
There's no true Rams fans in L.A. There's only like, oh, shit, we won it. They're from L.A., yeah.
You know what hockey is, Ralph? You ever heard of hockey?
Yeah, I know hockey. Hey, I need to go to one of them games. Everybody's been saying that shit is fun as fuck.
They're fun. They're very
I used to go to
fun.
Kings games when I was a kid. LA Kings games. I'm a Kings fan.
I need to go, bro. I need to go. That's on my bucket list for sure.
Yeah. Are you your default Kings fan? Obviously, just because like who else? Are you
that's all I know. Or the Anaheim Ducks because of the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, that's the fact. Mighty Ducks.
That's the only shit I know about hockky, bro.
Nigga, Ralph is like 9 years old talking about what the fuck is this shit, nigga? The Mighty Ducks. What about baseball?
Baseball, the Dodgers, for me, there's so many baseball games, during the season, so I don't.
Niggas ain't watching all that.
Yeah, so many games, but when the playoffs come, I'm there. You know what I mean?
When the playoffs come, you on your team.
Yeah, it's the Dodgers for sure for me.
Yes, sir. Hey, since we talk about baseball, shout out Brennan.
My guy, Brennan, that's crazy, bro. That is so crazy. I was every single time I see you post about it, I'm always like liking it, especially his sister.
Lonnie, yeah.
What's her name?
Bro, we used to that's family.
Yeah.
That's family.
Yeah.
Brennan's been on the pod. It's family, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's family. I feel like people out here who don't know who Brennan who Brennan is, like they didn't really know him. So when I'm posting about him, I feel like they think that he's just some dude from my town that I'm supporting. They don't realize that that's our circle. That's part of our circle.
Yep.
That's like, you feel me? We had a circle back home, and like it's a pretty big circle of like who we all like kept to in our circle.
Yeah.
Like because of the age gap and whatever, there's the big bros and the little bros pretty much. But yeah, man, that shit's crazy, bro. This nigga Brennan.
That's dope.
I went to his first Red Sox game. Or first Red Sox game at Fenway.
How was that?
Bro, he got a win.
Yeah, that's all you.
He got his first win in the MLB while making his Fenway debut. And bro, I got to see it. It's unreal.
That's dope.
It's one of my best friends, bro. I can't believe it.
That's dope.
That's fine, man.
Like, yeah, man. But so I told you, no one give a fuck about soccer, nigga. You came on here talking about some Man City last week, nigga. No one give a fuck about. So you said it for soccer. I like Man City. Nigga, don't give a fuck, bro. You see, I had to ask him if he even knows what hockey is.
My bad.
No, hey, soccer is cool too, man. You gotta understand, soccer is cool, bro.
For sure. I got a soccer team. I like Real Madrid.
Sport in the world.
It's the most popular sport in the world. I like Real Madrid. That's my team.
Soccer is it, bro. Like the only reason I started liking soccer was playing FIFA.
FIFA, right? That's it. That's the only reason.
FIFA is like, yo, that shit. It's a chess game, man. I love that game.
Yeah, FIFA's that
fun.
shit. FIFA will make a whole household just play for 10 hours straight.
That's a fact.
Yeah, bro.
2K.
2K has gotten. I don't know.
I don't fuck with 2K.
The new 2K is ass.
I don't fuck with 2K, but like 2K 9 and 10 and 11 was that shit.
We used to be
10 was fire.
all day.
Yeah.
10 was fire, man.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Ralph, who's your all-time starting five?
Yeah, that's a good question too. All-time starting five. Favorite point guard. I'm gonna go just with skills right now. I would say Kyrie Irving 1, 2 Kobe. Fuck. Who's?
It's already so tough.
We gonna fuck with the 3. With the 3, man. I'll go with Tracy McGrady 3.
Oof. That's an underrated 3 because like a lot of niggas will just.
I thought he played the 2.
He played both.
He played both, but I'll put him at 3.
In Toronto,
he
was the
did
3.
Toronto, he played 3.
He played both, and in Houston, he played the 3. Just guarded Kobe sometimes.
Yep. I have that. And
before you move forward, I just want to say a lot of the casuals are gonna sit here and look at that as Tracy McGrady and be like, "Oh, that's his weak spot." If you're talking about skill, he's up there with the best of them.
He's one of the best skill players ever.
He's up there with the best of them, and he was 6'9".
That's what I'm saying. I'm going with skill.
What prevented him?
Yeah, derailed him. His back. Yeah, back injuries. They don't play, man. Back injuries is tough. 4. Damn, 4. Now the 4 and 5 are so many now. It's like it grows.
You see this nigga's backdrop?
Shit.
Sunny California.
Yeah, not a cloud in the sky.
I guess if we talking skill again, I'll say Tim Duncan 4.
How can you go wrong with that? It's the best power forward of all time.
Can I ask him a question?
Go ahead. You don't
if you were to switch between if you switch KG and put him in a Spurs uniform and put Tim Duncan in a Timberwolves uniform, who would be better?
Longevity wise, Tim Duncan would be better longevity because I saw Kevin Garnett. I think in the beginning years, Kevin Garnett is better for sure. He's more explosive. He has the whole package. You know what I mean? But towards the end of his career in Boston and Brooklyn, I don't think KG was. He dropped so much. Yeah.
I will say this though. I will ask you this also to piggyback on Mike. Do you think that is just also like a I'm faded now too. A part of like what Mike's saying though with the switch because
I would have given him.
Finally, our co-host says hi.
Count of 1.
Hi. Come on. What up, Ralph? Say so to your niece.
What's good? What's up?
Do you think if this nigga
2.
if KG goes to the Spurs, whatever, she's up here. If KG goes to the Spurs, does he have to carry so much and have to work his body out so much?
And he has
that's you know what? That's a great question. That's a great question. That changes everything because you're right. The Spurs,
That's a part
they
of
play
it.
more. They play more of a team game, so he doesn't have to put so much load on himself. Unlike when he was in the Timberwolves, when he had to do everything. You know what I mean?
From day one.
Uh, from day one. Oh, y'all got me. Y'all got me. I think he would have been better on the Spurs if because he just had the complete package and he had the intensity. Like nobody was afraid of Tim Duncan, but people were afraid of Kevin Garnett. Like that fear factor
He was
alone.
dunking on your head.
He was
You ever seen that video
screaming.
of him? They were doing the one-on-one full court for Team USA.
Yeah, fried
torching
everybody.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
So your starting lineup so far though, we got Kyrie, Kobe, T-Mac, Timmy D. That's a lot of length, a lot of skill.
I'm saying Timmy D.
Pause.
I'm saying Timmy D right now. The power forward, there's so many great power forwards right now. Like even, fuck man, it's almost like I don't know. I'll say Tim Duncan just skill wise. Like I said, right now I'm going off skill.
It's not a bad pick. It's not bad, bro.
That's probably one of the best picks.
Yeah,
probably top 2 pick.
Yeah, and then center, I would stay with Shaq, man. The most dominant big man.
How are you?
Basketball player.
So, my team personally, Ralph, I think I'm getting you out of there easily, and it's only because of one matchup that we have.
Mm-hmm.
I have LeBron, not Cleveland LeBron, not Miami LeBron. I always like to make sure that this is very clear. I have 2019 LeBron when he was on the Lakers, led the league in assists, and he was placed at point guard.
Ooh.
As my point guard. That is my all-time point guard. And my 2 is Kobe, my 3 is Jordan, my 4 is KG, and my 5 is Shaq. So we X out at the 2, we X out at the 5. At the 4 we have KG and Tim Duncan.
They pretty much X out.
They X out. Whatever. They're going to be who gets the best of who that night, right? Then at the 3, while you have T-Mac, I have Jordan, right? And skill-wise, T-Mac's up there, you know? What did Jordan do that T-Mac couldn't do? That's what I'll say. Let me make this clear. I'm not saying T-Mac was better Jordan or anything. I'm just saying, what did Jordan do that T-Mac couldn't?
That's why I said skill wise. I'm not saying rings and
yeah.
I was just going skill wise.
This is a high level IQ pod of people talking about like
that's a fact. Basketball.
This isn't a casual pod where we're just like looking at it from like a certain lens. We're talking about high level, so we all understand that comparison. And on any given night, that matchup can X each other out, dude.
Yeah, it can.
But here's the thing. Where I have LeBron at the 1 and you have Kyrie, we can throw multiple looks at Kyrie all game and not sacrifice at other positions. And I mean that as we can put Kobe on Kyrie for a little bit and then move LeBron over to Kobe or Jordan on Kobe and LeBron on T-Mac. And like,
that's good.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a little bit. And
that's why LeBron's my favorite player.
And then we're hunting out Kyrie on the
defensive end.
Yeah, we're hunting him.
Yeah.
We're turning him in. Yeah, we're putting him in the post and just hunting him out. But now, where we have a problem is where you put Kyrie Irving in that pick and roll with Shaq.
That's dangerous right there.
That's because I don't have a true guy that is going to put Shaq up here in the pick and roll and then just, razzle-dazzle point guard him to sleep. LeBron is a point guard in his lineup, but we lack that get in the paint, kick out point guard, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? LeBron gets in the paint and kicks out, but you know what I mean. That constant pressure if that's what you're looking to do. LeBron makes unbelievable passes out of the post. He makes great passes out of the pick and roll, but I'm talking about that constant wide pressure. Like
who would be your center though if you have LeBron as the one?
Mine is Shaq.
See, that's a big lineup, clogging up the paint.
That's what I'm saying. We lack shooting a little bit. We lack
Kobe, you got Kobe. Well, you don't have outside shooting.
We lack that 3-point ball, but Jordan was capable. Kobe was capable. LeBron's capable. Even KG's capable. But we are clogging up that paint. You're right. You are right about that.
That's a fact.
And that's why I do like when we've been talking about this all-time lineups, I always do talk about or think about or like to have a 6-man in it. Just add your 6-man, but he has to be a 6th man. He cannot be somebody that started the whole career.
Okay.
And mine would be Jamal.
Jamal Crawford?
Yes.
That's a good one. That's crazy.
Who was your B, Mike? So let's run Mike's starting 5 back really quick, just to put it up against Ralph's. It was...
I forget who my point guard was. I think it was LeBron.
You did the LeBron one, too?
Yeah, I think...
that's good.
KD was my 3.
KD was your 3. KG was your 4.
Shaq was my 5.
No, Shaq was not your 5.
It wasn't my 5. I think Hakeem was my 5.
Hakeem was your 5, I think.
Hakeem Olajuwon was my 5.
And your 2 was Jordan.
My 2 was Jordan.
Who's your 1? LeBron, right?
Yeah, LeBron. Yeah.
So who would your 6-man? I think your team has. I think your team handles Ralph's pick and roll better because Hakeem.
Yeah, he's more mobile.
And he's got KG at the 4. Like no one's just putting KG trying to put KG in the pick and roll. That's stupid.
And I got 3. I got 3 ball because I got KD.
Yeah, you got stupid 3 ball at the 3 spot.
Oh yeah, KD. I forgot about KD.
You know KD is the most plug and
KD.
play player of all time.
Yeah, you could just run that with KD.
Bro, you could put KD on any team all time and they just are good teams. Like even shitty teams, bro, because he's just plug and play.
Yeah.
Who's your 6th man, Mike? If you have one.
That's tough.
Are you saying like a traditional 6-man or any other player coming off like
that might be
traditional or any guy coming off the bench?
Any guy coming off the
bench?
bench?
J.R. Smith is considered a 6-man to me.
Okay.
Or any guy coming off the bench. He doesn't have to be specifically 6-man because if he's coming off the bench on a team, more than likely, bro, he's come off as the 6-man before. You know what I mean? The 6-man is not always the first guy.
This is going to surprise you. This is going to surprise many people. Bill Walton.
Nah, that's a fucking
You said who? Bill
Walton.
Walton?
Yeah. Applause that,
oh,
bro.
Man.
Applause
Damn,
that.
That's a good one.
That is you know why?
He is the only. He gave the Trailblazers their only championship.
Yeah, and you take him. You take your fucking Hakeem Olajuwon out, and now you just put in a guy at the center position who will get you a bucket, will play defense, but he's gonna give you that passing, not on the same level of Nikola, but it's one of the best passers of all time.
That's a fact.
At the big man.
That's a fact.
That's a good one. Ralph, who you having at your 6-man?
Man, that's a good question, man. I guess I would say Scottie Pippen, man.
Woo!
I would say Scottie, man.
He came off in Portland, right?
He did, but like, I think, well, this is a tough one. I would say Scottie just only because of what he could do as a supplementary player. You know what I mean, on the floor. You know, so that's what you want a 6-man.
Yeah, no facts.
Do.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think Scottie Pippen. When people say that Scottie Pippen had that year where he was MVP without Jordan or whatever, I think Scottie Pippen's overrated for that year.
I'm not.
I think Scottie Pippen is Scottie Pippen. He gets the respect that he deserves. But when people try to put him as like, he's top 75.
Yeah.
When people try to put him as like, what would you say Scottie Pippen is small forwards? Is he top 5 of all time?
No.
That's the thing.
He's just outside of it, right?
He's outside of it.
He's top 10 though, right?
Yeah, he's top 10.
Yeah, see? And that's where he belongs. I don't think he's higher than that. And I think he has a problem with that.
He's like 7 or 8.
I think he has a problem with that. That's why he's always taking jabs at MJ. Now.
Yeah. He got a little ego. He got a little ego.
Oh, yeah, and MJ's son is blapping Larsa.
And about to put out a podcast.
Hold on. Together?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Hey, I would bet you niggas any amount of money that the GOAT bid in that already, too.
Damn.
I bet any amount of money that the GOAT been in that. If you had to put money, if you had to put money on it, would you agree? Especially put this.
I would agree only because she just moves weird. Like the way she's moving, weird. I'll be like,
she moves weird. And put this in the. Go, Mike. Go ahead.
She's for the streets.
She's for the streets.
Yeah, she's for the streets. That's why I won't put money on it. I'll be like, yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
Knock the brakes off there. Hey, listen.
I'll be like, I believe it, man.
The key factor in this, though, that why I think GOAT been in that, Scottie Pippen's deal that he signed was a steal. It was a terrible deal for him to sign. He wasn't making that money. Meanwhile, this nigga Jordan was making more money than Scottie just off his shoes.
I won't even talk about the money. Let's just go back to the way Mary J. Blige looked at that man Mike.
At the Top 75 thing, hey, when he hugged her, he put his big old hand all up on it. That middle finger was in the crack a little bit. I know y'all seen that.
He wanted to feel on
like
something.
that, he for surely got Larissa Pippen like that.
If he got married like that, it's Larsa, but...
Yeah, he was filling up on Mary J for sure.
Yo, you know they say all about 1 in every 3 guys, grandma or great grandma got with Wilt. Which one of us do you think it is? Damn, I just thought about it. Your two great grandmas were not here.
Nowhere.
Yeah, they didn't care about that.
All 2 great grandmas were not here.
So that's you, player.
I don't know if he's direct descendant of Wilt.
You're lying.
He looked like him. Like Jimmy Butler looked like Jordan.
A little bit, yeah.
The story makes sense, nigga.
That's funny.
Alright. So let's get serious just a little bit. Enough about Larsa. Ralph, let's talk about your journey a little bit with hoop and everything, and the rap career and everything to where we are now. We talked about you and me, where I first knew who Ralph was. I believe, in 6th or 7th grade. Ralph was in. If I was in 6th, I think Ralph, you were in 8th, right?
Yeah. 2 years. Yep.
So Bulldogs, right? And then when I was in 7th grade on the Bulldogs, Ralph was in freshman in high school and everything. But
yeah,
Ralph is one of those dudes that I just looked up to after practice, watching practice, like, damn. I hope in 2 years I'm like that. Okay, I am not, right now, the build I am is not what Ralph was in 8th grade.
Oh man.
It's a nice job, boy.
I never got to it. Not in 2 years, nigga. Not in 6 years, nigga. I never got to it. But talk about just the early days. You know, middle school basketball, like that travel ball. Y'all moved from when y'all came to Cass State. Y'all moved from the Valley, right?
Yeah. Moved from San Fernando Valley.
Yeah, moved from San Fernando.
Like,
talk about
San Fernando Valley.
Was Bulldogs your first travel team?
Yeah, Bulldogs was my first travel team.
Shout out Coach Larry. We've had Larry on the pod.
Yeah, I remember. I heard that one. Larry, that was great. He's a dude, man.
What was it like playing travel ball? Like to go from playing blacktop at recess and whatnot, and like Boys and Girls Club, YMCA, wherever you were at. What was it like? The transition to travel ball.
The transition wasn't too bad.
Maybe when you I bet not.
I guess travel ball is it's not as structured, you know. It's a little bit more freer. With Larry though, Larry he was one of the only coaches that had a good mixture of freedom and a little bit of structure. We ran plays, but he made sure you still played your game. He still made sure you played your game, and he knew everybody's like game. You know what I mean? So he would be like, "Okay, I'll let you do this," like, you know, in a way. And it was travel ball was just fun because of that. It's hilarious though, because I always during the season, when I played like with Valencia and all that, and when I always played structured basketball, during the season, there's a time in the season when
Yo, Ralph.
can you hear me?
Yo, I hear you, but can you just hang up and I'm gonna call you right back?
Okay, for sure.
Back to Larry with the structure and whatnot.
Yeah, I was just saying like it's so interesting when you play a structured when you play structured basketball. You're in a season like in Valencia or something or at college. There's always a time when you kind of do not like basketball when you play structured. You're almost overwhelmed. You're tired of the politics. You're tired of some you just kind of.
Larry's the best.
So I remember. I remember one year. I think it was my senior year.
Wait, all right. Wait for that. Senior year. That's a senior year story. Wait for that. So we don't forget, Mike. Senior year, we are talking about. His story is involving not wanting to play, right? And I know it's going to involve Rocket, so just remember Rocket, all right?
No, it's not. I'm not trying to bash.
No, I know you're not. But that's just who your coach was, so that's why I say that.
Yeah, that
So we're talking about travel. Larry is the best coach I've ever played for.
Yeah.
And second is Aller. Aller is the college version of Larry for me.
Fire.
So, what was it like?
In general, I'm just talking in general about travel ball or just unstructured for right now.
Yeah.
In terms of that, because there was a time the season was over. Not the season. The regular season was over. We're still trying to make playoffs and stuff like that.
For travel and whatnot?
No, during the season for Valencia.
This is senior year?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to that. I want to.
Oh, you want to start? Okay, let me go back. My bad.
Yeah, I want the people to hear about your, 9th grade, 10th grade. So we got to travel ball with 8th grade.
Yeah.
And
so
we did play travel ball all throughout high school with Larry. So
yeah, with Larry. I'm trying to think who brought me in.
Who did you play?
It was
on 9th grade. Did you play freshman or JV?
I played freshman, 9th grade, because I just moved to the.
How tall are you your freshman year? Just to give people some perspective.
I wasn't tall. These niggas trying to make me seem like I was like 6'6". I'm not even 6'6". I'm like 6. I'm 6'2" right now.
I know, but the muscle make you look massive, bro.
I was probably like 5'10", 5'9", or something like that. And my freshman year.
Pause that.
Hey, yo.
Hey, there it is. Muscle make you look massive.
I wasn't fucking crazy, man. Like, come on. That's what this nigga's trying to make me say.
No, I know, but you gotta think, I was this skinny ass mixed Ethiopian kid, like of course the Nigerian looking buff as fuck. So 9th grade played freshman. Were you killing on freshman?
So I was doing really well. I'll say like there was a whole lot of people that were pissed, because not the coaches, it was the players. So I came from the valley. Yeah, I came from the valley. I didn't play the summer league. I didn't play the summer league like everybody else. So as soon as I got there, my whole MO with basketball, I always started off playing defense first. That was my shit. My shit was, and that's how I became good at basketball. I feel, because I'm always a person that never wants to be a liability. So I started off being a hustle player, playing defense. So I was always on the floor. So then I told myself, hey, since I'm always on the floor, man, I gotta learn how to play offense.
Before you talk about the offensive part,
Yeah.
We probably don't have any kids watching. We may have some college kids watching though.
Yeah.
And what you just said not only translates for as a kid what you need to focus on, but high school, college, and if you want to be a pro, if you get to that pro level, you have to play defense.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect example of someone who's telling y'all he was all defense and said, I need to learn how to play offense, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I need to learn how to play offense. I don't want to be a liability. You know what I mean? And the best way to become an offensive player is always playing time. Like, you're not gonna get better as an offensive player if
Reps.
you don't step
Game
on
reps.
if you don't step on the floor and
And
play.
how are you going to
That's
step on the floor if you don't have offense, Ralph?
Yeah, exactly.
Defense, nigga. That's the only way you're going to step on the court if you don't have offense.
That's the only way, unless you like very like Ant was talented with his vision. I remember, man, when you were young, you always had vision. So you were able to distribute the ball very well. If you have a talent like that, you're gonna get playing time. You're gonna get playing time. But if you don't have a talent at all, you better start with hustling. You better start with playing defense.
Something,
You know what I
right?
mean?
Yeah.
You got to start with something. If you don't have a talent, if you can't find your spot, if you love the game and then you don't have a specific talent, you have to get playing time. You're not
your
gonna.
talent,
You're not
Mike?
gonna. Man, why you shooting on them, bro?
That's bad. When I was younger, I could shoot. When I was younger, I
You
could
still got a clip. I'm playing with you. You still got a clip.
I'm solid. I'm alright.
You got a clip.
I'm a utility player.
So-
I'm rec league king.
No, that's a fact. Mike, hey, ladies and gentlemen, Mike is a fucking intramural legend, nigga. I had a 40 ball one time when I was coming back from my foot injury, and I used intramural to get back into shape and get right. You feel me? And I had a 40 ball or something, and I was feeling good, and I was like, yo, is that the record? And someone out of nowhere that was actually like, really like the stat guy or whatever, he was like, nah. Mike Bishop's off 50 before. I was like, what? Nigga, no
People
way.
upset.
I was
That's
like,
hilarious.
no fucking way, bro. So yeah.
That's hilarious.
Ralph, did you play JV or varsity sophomore year?
Sophomore year, I played JV and
You got moved up for playoffs, right?
and I got moved up for playoffs for varsity.
So talk to me about that jump from your freshman year to your sophomore year to where you're good enough to where you're one of those guys they bring up for the playoffs.
Man, it was interesting again. It was a battle. I think my basketball career, I had to fight every single time. Every single time I had to fight. From my freshman year, not playing the summer league, coming in, trying to fight up for a spot, just being a hustle player and then learning how to play offense. My sophomore year, that's when my offensive game came along. You know, I had a very quick first step. I felt like nobody could guard my first. I felt like nobody in the world. I was that cocky. I was like, hey, nobody can stop my first step. If you give me that first step, I'm going in there and I'm dunking it. I don't care or something.
Your first step, it's while like the quickness of it, like, you know, your top speed isn't like, it's not mind-boggling, right? You're fast. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And at that time, you were definitely fast. But it wasn't like you just look and you're like, I've never seen that speed before. But you got from the 0 to 100 part so quick that just like, it was so quick, and with your strength, it was just impossible. It was impossible to stop it.
And that's what I was like. I learned those two things. I was like, my
And
first
that stands
step,
to this day.
and then my strength to get to that angle. So if I got to the angle, okay, let's say you already, because some people, I noticed a lot of people were like, I'm just going to guard that first step. Okay, cool, you're going to guard it, but what if I got that angle? If you're not right there in front of me and to get a charge, if you're on my side, I'll just use my shoulder and just gain that leverage, even though. So then I would just abuse players with the first step and then my strength to get the angle, just to get the angle, regardless. So that was just both my counters, you know. So I had the defensive package in which I could guard 1 through 5 when I was coming up, because sometimes they would try to have me guard a big man because I was stocky and big and I could push them around. So I would guard the big man, or I would come. I used to love to stop the best players that was the wing player. I would love to do that. So they would put me on that. And on the other side, like I was saying, so my sophomore year,
Makes sense why this nigga loves Draymond, right?
I was starting to put both sides together. You know, my offense and defensive side, and that's why they moved me up for that reason. Because there was a few games I just remember. There was a few games in JV, like every single time, and it was funny though. I was a sixth man. I was a sixth man in JV. With Coach Robinson. He didn't like me. He did not like me during the summer, but come season, that's when I started proving myself. And there was like five games. I swear I remember this. There was 5 games that we played during the season. It was like tournaments and going into the league. That every single time we were down by like 15. You put me in. I would have like 5 steals, like 10 points back to back, you know. And you know how JV plays before varsity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
JV played before varsity. So every single time it would be like Robinson would know. He started realizing like, okay, we're down. Let's put Ralph in. Boom. Spark the energy. Come back. So, like I think that 5 stretch game, I think we might have went 3 and 5, but everybody was watching and was seeing like, damn, like we're coming back from these games. We're fighting hard, and it was only when I came in. I'm not trying to like tote my horn or nothing, but it was the energy I brought in. It was the offense, it was the defense. You know what I mean? I just played super hard on both sides and just used my gifts. And I just remember every single time after the game, Coach Rocker would be like, "Wow, what a game!" He was telling me, keep playing hard." You know what I mean? And then end of the season, he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna move you up." You know, I just love how you play. I think it'll be good to at least have you participate in the practices and spark us when we need to. And that varsity practice, man, that was crazy because obviously they're more skilled, more confident. Nah, like honestly, I didn't do too bad. I didn't do too bad. You know what I mean? I don't know if you remember Eric Sevilla.
Yep.
You know, Eric Sevilla. That nigga was a dog. He reminded me of Kyrie. Like, boy, it was nice. I would say that was the only person on varsity that I could not guard. I was like, I can't guard this motherfucker. Everybody else, even big ass Don J, 7 feet, you know what I mean, and all of them, I was still pushing all of them around, Teddy and all of them. But when it comes to Eric Sevilla, I could not guard that quick motherfucker, and he's just crafty. Yeah. He was crafty. He had all the moves. You know what I mean? But I didn't do too bad. I didn't do too bad in terms of like you don't understand when you play the game. When you play the game, you gotta play with a little effort and a little creativity and a little, you know what I mean. It's a thinking man's game too, basketball. You know what I mean. So if you overthink and you're too stagnant, you're not gonna play the game. It's not a recipe for success. It's not a recipe. You gotta follow your instincts. You gotta play a little bit hard. You know what I mean. Like in terms of effort, you don't want to play too hard in which like it won't work. But you have to you have to put some effort. You have to definitely follow your instincts when you play the game. You know what I mean? That's how you become unpredictable.
That's a
So
fact. That's a fact.
yeah,
So
mhm.
you went varsity for playoffs, junior year, obviously varsity, and senior year,
Yeah.
obviously varsity. Talk to me about the difference of your junior year and senior year, where I assume your senior year, well, not assume, I know senior year because I watched, you were the man. But talk to me about your role difference in, junior year where it's first year on varsity compared to senior year. It's like, all right, the scouting report is on me now. They're talking about
Yeah.
me on the other side.
Junior was fun, man. Junior year with a lot of talent. That was a fun time.
That's what Boffman,
Yeah.
right? Jim Boffman.
Junior year, no, that was like I was saying, that was still with
Sevilla and
I had
them.
the two, yeah, I had the two
Yeah, that
seven
was,
footers.
yeah, that was still with the 7-footers. Yeah.
I had the two 7-footers. I had Teddy in them. I had Sevilla. That was my junior year, and that shit, whew, that was fun. And I came off the bench. It was me and Johnny Otafka coming off the bench that year. And Johnny, Johnny was a
Johnny's one of the best shooters I've ever seen in my fucking life.
bro.
He's
That
a
was
Bulldog legend.
He's bulldog. He got moved. He got moved up. He didn't even play. He didn't even play freshman, so he got moved up his freshman year to JV, and then So it was only me and him that got moved up from JV to varsity, and it was me and him coming off the bench, and it was so fun. We came with so much confidence. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people hated Rocket. You know what I mean? In a way, like one thing about Rocket was he had the freedom. He did give you the freedom in a way,
You had to earn
only
it, though.
because you have to earn it and you have to like you as a person, and only because I don't think his I don't think he had a lot of plays and a lot of he didn't have a lot of strategy though. He didn't have a lot of strategy, so that's why we were running gun to. He used to be like, okay, we're trying to score in 10 seconds. He was the Dan Tony before Dan Tony. People don't understand. That was him.
Yeah.
That was like before Dan Tony came. That was Rocket, and he was telling us we're trying to score in 10 seconds. You know what I mean? That's what he would tell us. And to be honest, that shit was fun.
Yeah,
That
that's
shit
a
was
fun style of basketball. If you like playing basketball, that's a fun style of basketball. Just being
That's
able to
fun.
run
Like,
and shoot.
nigga, run and shoot, nigga. We're trying to score in 10 seconds. We're trying to score as much as we can. So that was so fun. That was so different. You know what I mean? He didn't have the plays like that. He didn't have the schemes and stuff like that. He wasn't good at that. But in terms of high octane offense, that was Coach Rocket.
Yeah,
So that
y'all
shit
were
was
fun to watch. Y'all were fun to watch. Your junior year and senior year, y'all were fun to watch.
That shit was fun. So the junior year, I didn't have a lot of pressure. He just wanted me to come out there and push the ball, like because I was one of those rebounding guards. I was rebounding guards. He saw I'll fight for rebounds. I'll go in there and fight. He was like, and he would tell me, he's like, hey, when you get those rebounds, just go. And that was the first time any coach has ever told me that. You know what I mean? And I was like, huh? Okay, I'm gonna try it. And he's like, just go. If you can go all the way, finish it. If you can't, pull it back and try to run our offense 1 through 5, whatever. Because we just had a simple offense that's you just call 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, whatever. So, anyways, junior year, that was my job, like to push the ball. So I would just grab the ball, boom, and push and go end to end, go all the way, and that's what I would try to do. I'd go all the way in, you know what I mean, or get to the teeth of the defense and pass the ball out. That was the goal. That was the goal, and I was successful with that because I was probably one of the most athletic person coming off the bench. Obviously you have the 7-footers, but they're not athletic. They're just big. That was it. But I say I was like either one or two, the most athletic person on the team. So that was my goal, and I was still it was funny. I was blocking shots as a junior. I mean, as a guard coming off the bench. I probably had more blocks than the 2 7-footers, which was crazy. And I didn't have the most steals because Eric played more minutes, so he had more steals. So that year was just fun. We just running gun. It was running gun. Get the ball to Johnny sometimes when I do push it out. It was me and Johnny used to play like it was me and him only. When we come off the bench, it was fun. I would just push it, and then if I don't go all the way, I'll just look for Johnny. Johnny would just shoot that three because his job was just to shoot. So his job was like, yo, if you catch the ball, you better look at the rim. If you don't shoot it, you're coming off the bench. You're sitting. So my job was to catch and go, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna catch, go. If I don't go all the way, I'm looking for Johnny for the three, boom, because he's my only guy that I'm like I was really friends with, So that was my my junior year playing. That was fun. Senior year, it was more pressure. Obviously, it's more pressure now. Like everybody expecting you to know and lead the team. And I had a lot of youngins. Coming in. I had the Jim Boffman, the Skylers. I had the Brandon Thrushes, and I had a way younger team. I had a younger team, and it was only me. It was only me, Johnny, Mickey, and that was really it. That was like seniors, So our senior class wasn't that. It wasn't heavy, so it was a lot of youngins, and it was tough getting them to have that mindset that I had. Like, let's go hard on offense and defense. You know what I mean? So I had to do everything. I think I stretched myself thin my senior year more, because I was just trying to do everything if possible. So that transition was tough coming in senior year. You can even ask. I remember talking to was it Jim Boffman on Instagram? Yeah, I remember him sending me a video of Kobe yelling at his team, calling them soft.
And that was
Shermans.
you and shit.
Yeah, Jim was like, this reminds me of you so much because that's what I was doing.
Mike has a dinner reservation. He's going to go Boo Love. So
God, here we go.
Do your thing, man. I ain't mad at you.
We're gonna let him go Boo Love. We're gonna continue, but we're gonna go let him Boo Love.
I appreciate you.
For sure. My guy, Mike.
Don't make a habit of this, nigga.
I will not.
Don't make a habit of this, nigga. I don't care if we're booked for 4 hours. Don't make a habit of this. She can wait, nigga. She can wait until 7 o'clock to eat.
I got you.
I appreciate you, though.
Peace out, bro.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.
All right, Mike.
Be easy.
Be easy, man. Till next time.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Rob, you definitely are gonna have to come out here to pod, but
Definitely
get you in person. But so senior year, junior year, right? We got you through high school. Now senior year, you stretch yourself thin, doing too much, probably, right? Because now you go to Cal State Fullerton, and I remember you made it as a walk-on, right?
No, I did not make it as a walk-on. I didn't play in Cal State Fullerton. That's when I got my injuries. But what was dope?
What was it? Were you invited to practice the walk-on and you got hurt? I forget what happened.
Yeah. So it was pretty dope. What happened? I was roommates with one of the best players on the team, and one of the best player, like in school history, Fullerton school history, Josh Okoye. I got roommated with him, and that was that was a game changer. That was a life changing basketball kind of experience. Um, I had just came out of like I said, I've always been injury prone, so I came out of an injury that summer going into college, so it kind of derailed me. But I got roommated. I was roommate with the best of the best, so I was just like, oh shit, this is crazy, you know. And I kind of picked my spots with him. You know, I was like, yo, I'm trying to really walk on, play. You know, let me train with you. You know, and I was just getting healthy. You know, I was just getting healthy, and I still was. I think I was still out of shape. You know, my diet was terrible. You know,
Oh
and
yeah,
everything.
freshman year of college, nobody's diet is
College,
right.
yeah, diet was terrible. Sleep was terrible. Whatever. So I remember the first workout. I went with him. He's like, "Oh, you wanna work out with me?" He actually invited me, like, "You wanna go?" Because he needed the reps too, and nobody. And I think it was one of those weeks that nobody, his like trainer or something like that, wasn't there. But so he invited me out, man. I was like, cool. And that time, you know, I still felt like I was nice. I was like, you know, I'm still nice. You know, I was
Hold
still
on, I'm
nice.
doing the math. What year was this?
This was probably 2008. 2008, yeah.
Oh,
2008.
nigga,
Yeah.
you were nice as fuck.
I was like, nigga, I'm still nice. You know what I mean? Even
Yeah,
though I was
because I was
kind
a
of,
junior. You were nice as fuck. So
I
that,
was,
ladies and gentlemen,
yeah,
I do want to just a little foreshadow. That is when we used to go to the complex in the summers, and
yeah,
Ralph would be the anchor of the team, right? That was the sports
man,
complex. I used to talk. I've talked about it on the pod before. Many of future NBA players have walked through that gym and played pickup all game for
oh man,
Sundays, on Sundays, on Sundays.
uh,
That is the best run you are going to find in the 661 areas. 818 maybe
yeah,
also included if you really want to get down to it, depending on the day. But Ralph, at that time, was our guy. We needed a bucket. We
man,
needed anything. Ralph is the reason why we would go in there and win all day. It was Ralph.
man, that was fun. I
So,
just remember
so
we came with the whole squad. Me, you, E-Man, fucking
yeah.
even Darko. Even sometimes
So we
Darko would
did
come.
that. We did that for like 3 or 4 years. Every summer we
Yeah,
would just go, and like in winter
yeah.
break we would do that. But
It was
and this is great because I feel like I've talked about this before, kind of, but not to this extent. Ralph is the reason
yeah.
why we used to get dubs at this time. So this is when you were a freshman at Fullerton and you were working
At
out.
Fullerton.
You were working out. You're getting healthy, and then what happened, bro?
So, well, let me finish. Like when I was working out with Josh Okoye,
Yeah.
man, the first time I was working out with him, ooh boy, I have never seen a player like that. It was a whole different level of
Did you
basketball.
throw up?
I didn't throw up, but like the workout in general wasn't hard. But when we started going into the skill, like 1-on-1, I remember there was this workout. Like I think it was like it was 1-on-1. Yeah, it was a 1-on-1 kind of drill we did. I forgot the style of it, the rules, but I couldn't score on them. I could not score on this nigga. No, I couldn't guard this nigga. I could score on him, but I could not guard. I could not guard him one bit. I've always taken pride on my defense, and I tried because there's different styles of defense I usually play. Like, okay, I'm gonna come up on you close, you know, and guard you if you're a good
Pause.
shooter. Pause. Pause for sure. Or I'm gonna try to, like, you know, use my strength and, like, you know, push you around. But
What
this
would
is
you
my
do to
first
me
time
right? What kind of defense would you play to me right now? On me right now.
with you. I'll be a patient defender with you because I respect your creativity as you've grown as an offensive player. You're more creative now, so I will be more patient. Like I'm not making.
Yeah, because if you try to do that aggressive shit, I'm just gonna figure it out.
I'll try to match your pace as much as I can.
That's the best way
You know
to
what
do
I
it,
mean?
especially as a player of your size. Like,
Yeah.
you
I would
do
try
have
to
a
match
little bit of
your
strength on
pace.
me. That's the smartest
Yeah.
thing to do.
I would try to match your pace, and the first thing I would do is definitely respect your game. Once you don't respect the player's game, that's when you start losing.
And you know what
Regardless, I
happens
have
when
no
you do
ego.
that? When you don't respect the player's game, you get hit up a couple times, and then you're scared.
Then you get scared.
Then you get scared because you're like, wait a minute, now I don't know what can come.
Exactly. And when I used to, this is future talk though, but I used to coach as well. I used to tell kids, show no fear, but respect all. Respect everyone, but show no fear. Because that's going to cover all bases. Because that was my mindset. I respected every player. That's the only way you're going to become a good defender. A lot of people that play defense, they act like, man, I don't respect you. You're not nice. So they're not going to play defense. They're going to be like, I don't care because you're not nice. But if you care, you're going to respect whoever's in front of you and be like, and then be focused. So with you, that's what I would do first. I would respect your game, and then now it's just I'll be patient with how I defend you. I won't be too aggressive. I won't react to a lot of stuff because you're a creative player.
You're gonna react to the end of the play.
I'm gonna react to the end of the play. Exactly.
Oh, this
You know
little
what I mean?
bitch. This little bitch. Hold on, she just pushed the camera away. That shit just went over to the left. Hold on. Hey, little fucker. Don't do that. Damn, Gemma. Nah, that's facts though. That's facts. That's the smartest way to play me. Because if you do that aggressive shit, bro, I'm just gonna go by you. I do that shit to everybody. I don't know why people get aggressive with me. It's not smart. I'm too quick because once I figure out that you're being aggressive and figure out my slim opening, I'm just by you. That's all I need.
I've seen your videos too. I'm like, okay, this nigga has really gotten. You've really improved a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro, because I was not supposed to turn out like this.
Yeah, you really.
If you look at the early days, specific, even when we used to go to the complex when we first started going together, I was not supposed to end up like this.
I saw the progression too. Every year you came back, but now that I'm watching, and I mean, it's just I haven't guarded you personally since.
It's been then. So long.
But I've watched the videos and I've seen how you react to defenders, and I'm like, oh shit, because another reason why I feel like I'm a good defender and a good offensive player is because I study the offense. So I study the moves. I study the reactions and everything. So that makes me a good defender as well. But also, I'm obsessed with the offensive techniques. Like, wow, that was good pace.
The footwork, the pace, all of that shit. The height of the dribble on everything.
And everything. Yeah. If you have to shorten your dribble to either to get through defenders or double team. You know what I mean? Or a slow dribble into a quick little cross. You know what I mean? Like all those little nuances of offense.
Little nuances, and that's the thing. All the videos that I ever post on my story, to the casual hooper, it's just like, oh, that was a 3, or that was this.
The details is crazy.
I only post the things that the hoopers. They reply and they DM and they say this or that. Like they say, yo, I saw that footwork, or yo, that cross-court pass after the hang in the air with the left. Like, it's nuances like that distinguish the hoopers, the guys that just like going out there running up and down and shoot.
Yeah. And I noticed that watching your videos, like, oh, shit. Like, you've hit that tier in which the game has slowed down a little bit for you, and like now it's just You're just reacting. Like, you give me this, I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you the little floater. I'm gonna seal you. I'm gonna seal you off this pick and just have this one guy in front of me. I'm worried about this guy have you sealed over here. Now,
Put
you
him
know
in
what I mean?
jail.
Now it's just put him in jail.
Put him
You
in
know what I mean?
jail. That's my
I've seen you do
favorite
that
thing.
a couple of times. I've seen you do that a couple of times. Like, okay, this nigga's really learning some shit. Like, he knows some shit playing. Like, you know what I mean? That's high level of play. You know what I mean? Little stuff like that. And,
Bro, I have to do that shit because when I go into these tournaments, bro, when I go into these money tournaments in Boston and then like some of these high level leagues, I have the least resume out of everybody at the point guard position in these leagues. I'm going against guys that are ex NBA guys, ex D1 guys. I'm in these leagues. The game that I talked about earlier with the ACVB that we lost in the semifinals, the point guard that I'm guarding all game plays right now for the Cape Verdean national team who qualified for the Olympics. I've had to figure it out, you know?
yeah.
I was quick, always quick for D3. I was a tall point guard, but now I'm in these leagues where I'm going against these D1 guys, and yeah, he's 5'7", 5'8". He's banging out. He's more explosive than me. I just I've had to figure it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense, though.
So you went through that workout though, you know, with that dude, and yeah, you said you were feeling nice, and I can attest. You at that time, 2008, were a problem.
But he made me feel like shit, though. That's when I started paying attention to the. That's why I started paying attention to the nuances of the game, because remember, in high school, I only had a first step, and then when you cut my angle, when you actually get in front of me, I would use my strength. So that was my go-to. Like, I was like, nobody's stopping this, regardless. That was only my counter. And then I started playing with him, and I couldn't do that. I mean, I could do that on him, but he just showed me a whole different world of basketball that I was like, wow, like, I really suck. And
in comparison, because this is a D1 starter who's on full ride.
This is D1, like, he's a legend. Like, if you go to Cal State Fullerton, you're gonna see
his name, his banner, all that shit.
They retired his number. There was one point he was leading the nation in points and 3-point made. Like, for like 3 months, he was the nation. That's the U.S. He was leading. He was doing his thing, and I was like, I was going to workouts with him at least twice a month when when his trainers and everybody, like, I was his last option of like, yo, you want to go work out today? Like, fuck it. You know,
hell yeah, I want to go work out.
I was like, fuck it.
I've been waiting for you to ask me.
Like, I was like, fuck it. Even though I would get dogged, but I would always get better. I always understand. He was willing, you know, people are willing teachers sometimes. So at that point, that's when I was like, yo, I can't work, especially now that at that time, I was getting older, too many injuries. I was like, I got to really learn the game. You know what I mean? I really got to learn pace. I didn't have pace in high school. First step, embody somebody. That was it. You know what I mean? In college.
I remember when you had started to get that pace too.
In college, that was when I started learning the pace. That's when I learned the pace. That's when I learned different types of counter crossovers. That's when I stopped thinking. That's what I stopped thinking.
And everything became reaction. You went from a cone player to a reactive player.
Because in high school, I was just a thinking player in terms of
a cone guy,
I'm just gonna do this. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this and this. You know what I mean? That's it. In college, it was like, okay, let me work on really reacting. Let's just react. Let's just boom, get the ball. What do you feel? What do you feel? React. Go.
You know can what I mean? Always tell a cone player and a reactive player.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And that took some time. It took a couple of years. I remember I
want to incorporate right now, because this is about freshman and sophomore year, right?
Yeah.
about that time frame. I want to incorporate, when did music start coming in?
Ooh, see. So music started coming in my freshman year.
Okay, so you were doing all the music shit, and on top of that, going out and working out, and
So the reason why music started coming in is because I was depressed. I was depressed because of all the injuries I was getting. I was always injured. I was sitting at home. I needed an outlet. I was upset with myself. I was upset with the world.
all you knew was basketball. You wanted to play basketball. You
wanted to play
knew
ball.
you could be on that team.
I knew I could play. You know what I mean? I knew I could play. I'm playing with one of the best. And, like, I'm not working them, but, like, I was like, yo, if this is the best, I can't be too far behind.
You could
know
either
what I mean?
be that sidekick or you could come off the bench and be that
I come off
two
the
guard.
bench.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I just I had a lot of patella issues. I had a Achilles strain, and then fast forward.
I remember the
2000
Achilles. That
Fast
bothered
forward
you
to
for years.
in 2016, I actually tore it finally. But back then, I had a strain that was it was a tendonitis that was always giving me an issue.
Always. I remember you'd always. It was always if your Achilles was good to go.
Yeah, it was good to go. If it was it was a strain.
If it was not, you wasn't going hooping.
It was just bad, man. Like, it was annoying. So I was just frustrated. So I started. I was always good at writing poems. I was always good at poetry. In high school, I entered a few poetry contests, and the teachers in high school used to be like, "Oh, you write you write good poetry," And my freshman year in college, I remember an English teacher was telling me, like, you could be one of the greatest writers ever, if you really learn the English writing techniques better. I didn't do well in that class, but when I would always be creative as hell in that writing class. I remember it was like English 101. I remember this English teacher telling me that he was like, you could be one of the greatest writers ever if you just focus on the fundamentals. Because I was always writing some crazy metaphors in English class and stuff for an assignment. It was crazy. I was always storytelling pretty well, but my punctuation and
all that other shit,
my past tense stuff. That's what he was saying, that I got to get better with that. But he enjoyed my storytelling and the my metaphors and personifications that I used and all that stuff. He enjoyed.
So
I started using that when I was doing that.
What year was it that you in college that you were like, all right, I'm about to really focus on music and making mixtapes, albums, and basketball? You kind of were like, I love it. It's my passion. Even though it took a backseat, I was there. I saw all the work you still put in. You still went and worked out. You still stretched. You still worked out on your body and everything. But
oh yeah.
When did it become all right, I'm not gonna even try to walk on the team anymore. I'm more so just focused on making this album and basketball. It's not a bad thing. It's in second place, but you're still a hooper, nigga. You were still nice as fuck. But when did that happen?
I would say it was from freshman to sophomore. I was still writing, making little songs here and there, learning how to record, learning how to edit, and all that stuff. So it was not until the end of my sophomore year in college that I was like, all right, let me take this shit seriously. Let me start taking this shit seriously, and start putting everything together, because I was injured in between my freshman and sophomore year. And my sophomore year, I actually went to a tryout and killed it. I killed in the tryout, killed in the tryout, talking to one of the assistant coaches, and he was like, I can't guarantee you a spot, but come back to if you continue coming to these next two tryouts, you could definitely redshirt and stuff like that. And then the next two, like what was it? I think like the next week or a week, I hurt myself again. Hurt myself, and then I was out for like a month and missed everything. And like he said, he's like he can't he wasn't guaranteeing me a spot anyways. But I made a good impression on the tryouts for the walk-ons because they have to have walk-ons. They were forced to have walk-ons.
Mandatory. It's mandatory.
It was mandatory to have tryouts and walk-ons. So I did that, and I did a good job. They wasn't even looking to, add anybody, but he went and talked to me personally. But I got hurt, and that hit me low. That's when I was just like, during my sophomore year, and that shit hit me so low. I was just fed up. I was fed up with just always getting injured. I was fed up, and then that's when I started leaning towards like, let me start doing music because your mind is never gonna age. Your mind is actually gonna get better. Your mind's gonna get better. That's something people cannot take away. Your body, and that's why I remember telling you this. I think we had a Twitter discussion. You find your passion, like doing something like this. It's a different kind of passion. Nobody can take these podcasts from you. You know
exactly.
what I mean? You're being creative. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a time your body, you're not gonna be able to play basketball at that level. You can play basketball for a long time, but you're not gonna be able to play basketball at a certain level.
I got 2 years left on my Supermax contract.
But that's what I'm saying. So I was like, let me switch to something more creative and have longevity in. So I was like, I enjoy the music. I always enjoyed the music game. I've always been a good writer in general, and people have told me that. So I was like, let me put 2 and 2 together, and that's how I started taking it seriously. But I was still doing both. Still, like you said, I still love it. I took music as I took sports. It was the same mentality. You know what I mean? I'll wake up early. I will work on something, or you know what I mean. I'll read articles on artists. I used to love reading articles on the best artists in the game at that time, which was like obviously Weezy. It was 50 Cent. It was Jeezy. It was Jay-Z. Every single time articles from those artists come, I would always read and like just trying to find myself in the message that they delivered. You know what I mean? I started getting obsessed with that. Like, wow, I started obsessed with the songwriting, the culture of music, just everything. It was just so. It was a whole new world. It was dope. I fell in love again. You know what I mean? I never thought I could fall in love with something else other than basketball. Then music came. Just everything about it was just beautiful. I was just like, man, I couldn't stop. You know what I mean? I couldn't stop. And that's when, I think it's funny because I started smoking weed, late.
You started smoking weed hella late, bro. I was already smoking weed. When we were talking about you in fucking 11th grade, sophomore or senior year and shit, I was already getting big poonded.
Y'all niggas was getting, y'all was blowing us. They said y'all was still in high school.
Nigga, I was getting poonded before E-Man and all of them, bro. Them niggas was mad at me like, bro, how could you smoke? How could you smoke? Nigga, shut the fuck up and hit this shit, nigga. Hey, and so that's funny because now we're talking now we're getting to the time now it's like 2010 and
yeah, exactly.
You're now switching into the music role, and it's funny because you know what, we have a song together. Me, Show, and Ian, we have a song together. Yeah. Three-headed monster. Three-headed monster.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I may try to. Ralph, you still there? Yes. So I will be trying to make that our. our song for next week. If I could get it out of my old laptop, or if you could find it in the archives, something. I wonder if Ian got it. It's in my old laptop. It's just that shit be bullshitting sometimes.
But I gotta find it too. It might be in my old email, but
it's hard. It's gonna be hard to find, but I am committed to finding it. Also around that time is now when I came back from prep school, and we were going to the sports complex. And this is when me and Emmanuel came into our own finally.
Oh yeah.
And now it wasn't like Ralph had to spread himself thin at pickup also. Now it was like, I remember one place specifically. We had already been running court for like 5 games, and this was a thing of normal when we used to bring the squad. You, me, Q, Emmanuel. That was the 4 always. And then we always rotated some 5th out. But I remember one place specific, me and Emmanuel were pressing, and we made some dude give it up. And I got it. I took 2 dribbles in, and it was a 2-on-1 kind of, and I threw a behind my back lob, and E-Man banged it out. And I remember this nigga Ralph going like, what the fuck is going on? Like, bro. And obviously we got booted after, so that's all we were talking about after is like, yeah, all right, y'all little niggas got it. Y'all got it.
Bro, I was like, yo, I went insane. I couldn't believe y'all pressed them. Y'all was on a different whole level.
Pressing all day. All day we were pressing.
Because y'all had that, like, you know, the collegian mindset already.
And young nigga energy.
And the young nigga energy. So y'all came in there just destroying them, pressing them all game. They couldn't even pass half court.
Couldn't even get past half court of the game. We 7-0'd a couple teams and they didn't even get past. A couple teams. Yo, that lob was a 7-0. The lob was for a 7.
Bro, that was crazy. You threw that lob to E-Man banged it.
With 2. E-Man banged it with 2.
And the whole day, everybody was when you play like that, it's so funny in the sports complex. It's like the jungle. You know what I mean? It's literally like the jungle.
There's like 40 people waiting.
So if you make a play like that, all the animals in the jungle in the sports complex, now they're afraid. Now they're coming now their tail is tucked underneath. So the whole day, even though there was like some good teams, they just looked at us like, fuck. They were scared.
Yo, and it's bullshit because they're like, all right, we gotta put our best guard, our aunt. That's not good.
Yep.
We gotta somehow stop this young nigga Emmanuel high flying, all this shit. But then it's like, if we do that, who's guarding Ralph?
Yeah.
But all right, so let's move some things in. Now, who's guarding Ant? Who's guarding Emmanuel? Yep. And then the funniest thing was they thought shit was sweet by putting their worst player on Q.
No, yep.
Q would post up. Q is 5'8" on a good day, and would post up. Q was posting up 6'4" niggas.
Yep. He was posting them up. Yeah, he had a little post game.
That's funny. And then, you know, from around that time, Ralph, music, you just fell in love with it and it was over. It was it from there. You just continue to put out stuff, and you're such a fucking perfectionist. This is how much of a perfectionist this man is. I world premiered a song, and 3 weeks later, the real version came out.
Bro, you say 3 weeks. It was probably like 3 months later, bro.
Facts. Like 3 months later, the real version, the full final version with a whole new verse, just gas. And the first version was already gas as fuck. Like, and that's synonymous with your hoop game. And for all of the viewers, listeners who know Ralph, you know that statement right there couldn't be any more true.
Yeah.
You are a perfectionist in everything you do.
That's what you got to be, man. Like, I think the game of basketball that for helping me do that. You know what I mean? Like, I take I take everything in life as a sport, even friendship, even relationship. Not an asset, not like as a sport, but in terms of being a team player. You know what I mean? In a relationship, you got to be a team player. You know what I mean? You got to be able to compromise. You got to be able to lead. You got to be able, to even step back sometimes and let somebody else get a glory or whatever, or make somebody feel good. That's part of being a team. If you played organized ball and you're seeing your teammates day in and day out, you're gonna know them. You're gonna know their tendencies. You're gonna know, like, okay, this person likes to do this, or this person is insecure about this.
I could talk to this
person
dude
wants to
this
do
way.
that.
I can't talk to this dude that way.
Exactly. So the game of basketball has taught me to understand personnels outside of basketball into the real world. I use the same skills I learned with relationships in a team to, to build relationships outside the world, even if it's at work, even if it's with my relationship with friends or girlfriend, or all of that. It's the same technique. And then the work ethic, like you were saying, just being a perfectionist. I'm not gonna hit perfection, but at least I want to get to 90%. I want to get to 90%. If I get to, because you're not going, you know what I mean? You're not. That's something I'm learning the last 3-4 years. That's why I want to. The last 3 years, I've been always trying to get to 100%. But what's the point? You know what I mean? If you get to 90, that's good. But then you're gonna kill yourself to get to the last 10%. You're gonna kill yourself, and it's not gonna be a huge difference. You know what I mean? You got to 90, it's good. The song is good. The song is good already at 90%. Now you waited a whole 6 months, a year, just to reach the 10% of it, to make it to 100%. Was it worth it? You know what I mean? Like, the listeners are they're not gonna see the difference. They're gonna be like, well, it still sound the same. So you wasted a whole 6. You know what I mean? So I'm learning about, how to become a good perfectionist in terms of just get to the 90%.
The smart perfectionist, not the overdo it perfectionist.
Not the overdo it perfectionist, in which, you know what I mean? It's good. Like, yeah, you get to 100%, but at what cost? You know what I mean? At what cost? And that's what I was doing. And that's why it takes me some time to make music. But now it's like I've reached a different level with even getting to 90% of something that you love. Like, okay, this is at 90% and I love it. Let's go. Let's push it.
That's when it's time to let it go. Put it out there. Let everyone see the skill.
Yeah. Even getting to 90% is still hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's when it's time
tough
to show the world that you got to 90%.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And I learned that from my boy TRZ, Dennis. I know you've hooped at them too.
Dennis was my big homie growing up. Dennis used to bust my ass because he has like 7 years on me. It was never fair. But last time I got to hoop with him was about 2 years ago at the LA Fitness. Oh, I let him know. He saw the progression. I don't think we were guarding each other. I don't even remember, but he saw the progression. He saw that, I became who I'm him when it comes to that shit.
Yeah, man. I remember we all hooped. That's another guy.
That's a small world, though, because I knew Dennis that whole time before I even started smoking with you.
That's funny.
It's just crazy, bro. I know Dennis. I've been going up against Dennis since I was like in 7th grade when he used to just work my ass out just to get his fucking skills in.
Yeah, Dennis was the man. He still
got it too.
He still got that shot though. I mean,
and the hand.
He don't hoop as much. Yeah, and the hand. He don't hoop as much anymore though. He's just
Yeah, I mean he's old, bro.
He's zeroed in on music now. Like he's like 100%.
And that's TRZ. That is TRZ.
That's TRZ.
Yeah, from the video. And y'all make a cold fucking combo. I would love to see if y'all made a collab album. I think that would sound very good. You guys are very cohesive together. It sounds good. It looks like you guys are having fun in the video together. It looks like a good friendship. And the song shows that. Before we get out of here, Ralph, I do want to congratulate you so far on your music career. Your music, I love it. I get in the car sometimes and I'm just like, you know what, I feel like listening to Ralph real quick and I'll throw something on.
No.
And obviously I want to congratulate you on a great high school basketball career. Looked up to you my whole life and everything. You're like my big brother and everything, so I love
Appreciate
you, bro.
that, man.
Tell me about the time you got torched.
So the time I got torched, man, it was it was a Bulldogs game in Vegas. Oh no, not Bulldogs game. It was a Playmaker. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah. Brian Finley shit.
Brian Finley's. His stuff was tough, so he used to put us in one of those.
Yeah, he had a good workout. He was a great individual player. Player coach.
Yeah, player coach. So he used to put us in those tough leagues. So we go to Vegas, and we play this Lamar Odom All-Star team or whatever, sponsored by. Oh my goodness, man! These niggas were like, they were all. The starting point guard was like 6'4", their center was 7 foot. Everybody was within that range, 6'4" to 7 foot. We over here. I'm playing with me, Brian. I don't know. I forgot his last name. You know Brian. He played a
Brian Lewis. B. Lewis.
Yeah, B. Lewis. Yeah, and then Utuck's cousin, Michael Cassio. And I don't even know who our big man was. I forgot. But we were small. That's what I'm trying to get at. We were small. So I'm over here. Obviously, I have to play. I have to play big. I have to play big because I'm one of the big guys. So I'm playing this big guy, man. This nigga is really stronger than me. Like this motherfucker. This motherfucker just hits me with a cool jab. And then I read it, and he spins off me. Reacts so quick. Boom. Spins off me, and then just yams it. He didn't dunk on me. He went off me. He just
But the move was that quick spin, that mellow shit that Q used to do to people.
Yeah. It used to be. It was like, I read the jab. I was like, nigga, you're not going to hit me with that weak-ass jab. Got there. I was like, gotcha. And then he's like, yeah, I got you. Spun off me.
That's an elite pro move. The jab step, one dribble into the spin is the most elite big man shit in the world, bro.
That was all reaction he did. And I was
it was in Vegas. The crowd was dumb, huh?
The crowd went dumb. Yeah, bro. It was niggas was trying to clown like, oh shit, nigga, you got dunked on. I didn't get dunked on.
You got worked out, but you didn't get dunked on.
I got worked out. I didn't get dunked on. That nigga just spun off me.
It's a difference. You got worked out, but you didn't get dunked on.
Because it was like from the 3-point line. He did a jab, and then I read it, and then he had to spin. He spun off me, took a dribble, and then dunked it. I was like, ooh. And you know what I mean? I was like, where's my help side? I was yelling at them, where the hell my help side?
They wasn't funny. They wasn't trying to get in the post there.
They wasn't funny. They wasn't trying to get in the post.
Hell no. That's funny as fuck.
But that was one of my times, for sure.
So which restaurants you got planned out to go start dancing in for your next video to go viral? Nah, I'm fucking with you. But fam, thank you for joining us today. Bishop, you motherfucker. Thanks for being here, bro. He's not making a habit about this, I promise y'all. Because we had topics that he wanted to specifically talk about, but we didn't get to. We will get to them.
Yeah, I gotta come down there, man. Like, I just been finding I gotta get it, like, you know.
Fam, all you gotta do.
I gotta swing
all
through.
you gotta do is book the flight. I got a guest room. So all you gotta do, book the flight. You're gonna get taken care of when you're out here, fam. I promise you. Trust me. You don't even gotta spend money on no bud, no extracurricular, none of that. But I appreciate you joining us today, man. The High Hooper Podcast. Big brother, I already told you. I told y'all before I had to big you up before we talked about the torch story. That's how we do it here.
Appreciate that, man.
I'm gonna let you go, and while I let you go, I'm gonna go ahead and let Carlito carry us out. Go enjoy that California sunshine, fam. Be safe, and I'm looking out for the next drop.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop something on July 12th, but on the 1st, I'm gonna show a preview on the 1st. So
yes, sir, and we definitely will be playing that on this pod. But while my man Carlito carries us out, fam, I love you, bro. Be safe, be easy. Till next time.
All right, bro. Till next time.
Yes, sir. Peace out, dog. And Carlito, carry us out, bro.
Can't fuck with a hater, say I'm a boss and feel like the mayor. Playing with me, meet your maker. Crossing the team, we shoot like the Lakers. Getting it green on me like a gator. Stay with a bean, I shooting the taser. Don't go out to eat, we get the food cater. I'm in the jeans, she want me to